Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video I will be explaining how to find the perfect perspective in any image. This image is neither hard neither easy. The rule will be to make a grid, and you will be able to use the grid in order to pose some elements into the scene. So this will be very helpful most of the times. The technique is quite easy and you can produce this on most images very easily. So let's dig into it. Here I am starting with this image of a lake, and the horizon line, is pretty simple. So I'm gonna use here the rules. If they are not appearing on the screen, you can press Ctrl R and Command R on the Mac, and this will hide them or show them. And you can see that the horizon line, is pretty easy to find here. But this is not gonna help us find the perfect perspective. In order to find a perfect perspective, we need to draw lines. So in this image, you have to think about finding 4 lines that can converge and cross each other. So the most obvious one are those found in architecture or human-made elements. So you've got this little house here on the side. This will be very easy because it has already some lines converging to a point. So what you need to do here is to make a new layer, use the line tool, and just draw a line from one point to another, like so. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's better if it is. You can change the color to red in order to see it better, and then just pull the handles on both sides by maintaining Alt, and this will make them longer. Just be sure that they extend over each side of the canvas, right? Now let's go to our second line, which will be this one here, and I'm just gonna put a new layer and draw another line here, like so, until it is quite following the already existing ones. Great. Here also, let's put the color to red, and let's build the handles, right? And now you can see both lines are converging at this point here. So you are gonna use your rulers in order to place here the first perspective point, like. Now we're gonna do the same the other side of the image. It's not really the other side, but the other way you can find perspective. So for this time, I'm gonna use the house again. And so you've got these lines here, right? And you got the lines that are here. And here is like, kind of a stop, a mark between one side and the other side. So you need to use both sides in order to find the perspective. This will come with time, and you just have to think about it. Okay, I already got these converging lines. Where can I find other converging lines? And here I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm gonna draw again some points. So I'm gonna go here and just draw a line like so. Cannot see this line coming out of the canvas, so you need to select both while pressing Ctrl on each layer, and you will see this one is still a little bit further. So I can deselect it and I can pull this handle even further, right? I select both of them and I just drag my canvas like so. I can see that they are converging here. Maybe I need to go a little bit further on this one, a little bit further on this one, and here I can see they are converging right there. So I'm gonna place my rulers there, like so. I'm gonna hide those lines because we don't need them anymore. I'm gonna group all of them and call them points. I'm also gonna save my document just in case. And so we've got those first converging lines that were heading towards this point. So now you can go to the polygon form tool. Make sure it's set shape, where my Photoshop is French and the form means shape. And in the settings, you need here to put like 100 lines, right? 100 corners. And I need you to go to the little, to this little icon, press symmetrical. Here you can go with 1 pixel, 0.5. And then here, you need to set 1% from the center, right? So just keep in mind those settings. You can take a screenshot, you can save them, maybe set it to 0.5. And I'm gonna here decrease the contour lines, set it maybe to 1. And from this point here, I'm gonna press once. I'm gonna say OK with the settings we've saved, and I'm gonna click on Control Shift. Depends on your version of Photoshop, but I like to have the Shift option, and I'm just gonna make this very, very big, like so, right? And I'm gonna save my document. So now we've got all these lines, which will help with perspective, right? This will help us in the grid. If you think the lines here are too wide, you can always drop them in size. And if you don't have enough lines, you can create a copy, right? And you can just turn it a little bit around, maybe so. And this will help you have even more lines until you can find like the middle angle, which in this case will be something like 9. And now we've got 2 times more lines. Make sure they're both the same colors, right? But for the moment, I don't need this one. I've got already enough lines here. Okay. So now that we have this first grid, right? These first lines, I'm gonna just press Ctrl S and I'm gonna rasterize the layer. Then I'm gonna control click here on the canvas. I can also set it to Ctrl A. I had to look into my files again, and this one I can crop it like so, and it doesn't extend the canvas, right? Great. So I've got a lot of lines right here. Now we need to do the same thing for the other point right there. So I'm gonna create a new layer. So back again to our file. I just grouped all the lines and called the group perspective grid. This will help us. And now I'm gonna go to file and I'm just gonna open a toggle I just downloaded. So here I'm gonna use the object selection tool. It's actually looking and good to go. Mask it out, convert it to mask it. Convert it to small objects and drop it here in our plan. Don't save it. So now it's a little bit too big. I'm gonna put it here on the ground. I'm gonna go Control T. I'm gonna first of all make it smaller because this tower shouldn't be that big. I think something like this is pretty okay, I guess. Maybe a little tiny bit bigger. We can always refine it later. So now I'm gonna use my perspective bounce and grid here. I'm gonna go to Control T, then I right click on the object and choose perspective. And now I'm just gonna be like this. So I'll drop it on the floor as it should do, like that. This is very good. If I hide those lines, you can see the towel now is pretty good regarding it's pretty good set regarding the perspective. I'm not talking about the colors, about the lighting matching, about the saturation. I'm just talking about how it's done, how it's setting the perspective. But no, you also gotta take into account the ground surface. Maybe I could tell this in another video, but I will show you a little bit more about this. Here, as you can see, the floor isn't perfectly flat. It goes a little bit up here and goes a little bit down there. Just gonna follow, like, I create a new layer. You can see that here the floor goes like this, and then like this, and like this, right? So, and this goes all the way down here. The curve is here, a little bit less, but we've got to take this into account. So you can go to Control T. It's disappear. This, get rid of this. Go to Control T. Go to deformation, and we can also always shift, make this a bit higher, this a little bit lower here. In order to make it more cohesive, this goes a little bit down like so. This should be a little bit higher, and you can just transform it, give it a little bit of dimension like it's following the ground, but this will be set for another video. Great time. I'm just gonna press my file, and this was it for today. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please press the like button, and see you next time in another video.